us your general thoughts on the upcoming season.
Well, I'm excited about this season. Last year we played a lot of young guys, a lot of redshirt freshmen, and now those guys are sophomores. We had a great off season, and things are going really well in our summer workouts, so we're really excited about this upcoming season.
What improvements did your team make in your second year as head coach, and where do you expect them to improve this season?
Well, we won some conference games in the second year. In our first year, we didn't win a conference game. Last year, we were able to win 4. And, going into the last game of the season, had we won, we had an opportunity to get a share of the conference championship. So we're really excited about that. But we know that, we came up short, and we got to do a better job of finishing games. So that's one of the things we're focused on throughout the summer, off season, and this upcoming camp.
Tell us about your sophomore quarterback, Michael German, and what he brings to the table.
Well, Mike is a very good young man. He's physically imposing. You look at a 6'3", 225-pound kid that can move around a little bit and got a cannon of an arm. And, we get a little more intelligence going with that, him protecting the football. We expect big things from him.
What do you like most about your team this year?
I think that we're going to be a physical football team. I think that we'll be a little ahead offensively than we are defense. That's where the strength of our team is this year. We have 9 returners coming back on offense. Our offensive line is big and they're physical. So we really expect to be able to move some people around and protect the quarterback. We've got to do better at being a more balanced team on offense. And defensively, we've got to find some guys that can play championship caliber football. We know that we have a bunch of young guys over there, but there's no excuse because a lot of them played last year. So we're really excited to get the ball moving and see where we are.
What is the biggest challenge for your team this year?
I think the biggest challenge will be on the defensive side, finding a mesh. I think we've got a great nucleus of kids, but we got to find that right 11 over there. And offensively, we got to protect the football and keep our defense off the field.
What are your general impressions of the OVC race this year?
Well, the guys that are up top, they deserve to be up top. Eastern Kentucky, Murray State, Jacksonville State, those are the teams that have been that's shown to be consistent in this conference and winning. So we've got to get up in that upper echelon, and by that, we got to beat a couple of those teams, to kind of move up. I was telling our kids, just a few minutes ago, they picked us 5th in the conference, and like I always say, that's on paper. The game ain't played on paper. You got to line up and lace your shoes up and go out there and play.
Tell us about your team winning the Sergeant York Championship last year.
I thought that was huge, and our kids really were excited about that. It gives you a lot of it gives you something to play for. It gives you a lot of confidence going in knowing that you beat all of the schools in the state of Tennessee and you won that trophy. It helps us in recruiting when we do win the Sergeant York, so we're happy to have those Sarge on that side.
Tell us a little about your schedule and how it plays out for your team this year.
Well, the schedule this year is it's the centennial year of Tennessee State University. It's the 100-year anniversary, and we're playing an HBCU schedule early on other than Austin Peay. So we'll start out with Florida A&M, Jackson State, and then we come back and play Austin Peay. Then we go down to Florida and play Bethune-Cookman, and then we have Arkansas Pine Bluff for homecoming. So as you can see, that's not a cakewalk. You're talking about 2 of the top teams out of the MEAC, 1 of the top teams out of SWAC, and then you have to sprinkle in a conference opponent in there. And I think after that we have Eastern Kentucky. So it's not a cakewalk, but, we've got to lace them up and play. We play 10 straight this year. We don't have a break until after Game 10. So we got to be physically and mentally ready to play.
All right. Thanks, Coach.